My name is Christy, and I attended New ID a little less than 2 years ago. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my story, my struggle, and my ultimate recovery, and how wonderful it's been. I probably began starting to get an eating disorder when I was about 13. I did ballet. I was really aware of my body in spandex in front of a full-length mirror 20, 30 hours a week, and I always restricted and tried to be something a little bit different than what I naturally was. I quit ballet when I was 17 because I just was exhausted. I just couldn't take it anymore. And at that time, I remember distinctly thinking, okay, I don't have to watch what I eat anymore. I don't have to be so restrictive. And so I went into yo-yo dieting and binge eating and uncontrollable times where I just couldn't stop eating and just couldn't get enough. And I would feel so guilty and just so shameful the next day, and would be convinced that I was going to be better the next day. I would only eat this many calories. I'd work out for this many hours. I would take these pills and try to be this different thing. And there wasn't a day from when I was 13 that I couldn't tell you exactly how many calories I had consumed that day. When I graduated college, I kind of have what I joke to be my quarter-life crisis. And I just realized there's so much more than me out there. There's so much more to life. And so I started going to church. At church one night, I saw a DVD about New ID, and I was kind of like, all right, I could give this a try. I could see what New ID is all about. And on the first night of New ID, I kind of have to say I was almost surprised when I actually realized I had an eating disorder. I really started to think about how it was affecting my quality of life. I would cancel on friends all the time after work to go work out. If I had eaten too many calories that day, I would cancel plans for dinner because there's no way I could go out and eat with my friends if I had eaten too many calories. And I would lie and tell work I had doctor's appointments and go to the gym, and it was just consuming my life. Coming back each week with the support of the other women in the course and with the different teachings and notes and prayer was just really powerful to see, even through the progression week from week, uncovering things I didn't even know I had been dealing with. And it was a perfect way to start recovery, and it was a perfect catalyst for this change that I really desperately needed. Emotionally, I dealt a lot with anxiety and depression, especially in the beginning of my recovery. And over time, as I started to uncover the patterns and some of the basis and some of the reasons why I think my eating disorder started, I was able to also address the anxiety and the depression and it just kind of naturally worked itself out. And so I went through New ID, and it was certainly a hard, exhausting time, but it was just the best kind of exhausting I've ever felt before. It's been not even 2 years, and suddenly I can say that I'm free from an eating disorder. That's kind of amazing. I just realize how hard it is, and I see women struggling, and I see people all around me with the same things and the same issues and the same wasted energy. I met some of my best friends that I actually went through New ID with, and I know that they'll be friends for a very, very long time. And it's been so encouraging to walk side by side with people who understand, and to be in a group of women where you say things out loud that you wouldn't even want to admit that you ever thought. You can make that first step and actually change and figure out what actual freedom feels like, and to really know that. And that's what New ID tries to do, is help people become free from the chains of an eating disorder, and that's what I did for me. So, thanks.